Alright, I had enough. Welcome to the Y Sage Code, everyone. And did you notice what I just did there? Did you feel it? Not only did I waste my time, but I wasted your time as well. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about procrastination. So let's get right into it. Some studies have shown that minor procrastination can actually be healthy for you. And for me, this makes a bit of sense, as procrastination can allow you to relax and give you more time to develop a better plan for whatever you set out to do. However, constant procrastination is not only wasting your time, it's harmful for your health, making you less productive, and preventing you from achieving all that you can. So today, I'm going to share with you my personal tips on how I avoid procrastination. Let's go. Tip number 1. Think about the negative impacts of constant procrastination. Unfortunate as it may sound, but fear works. When your mind begins to dwell upon the bad things that can happen to you, it goes into a fight or flight mode, and hopefully you take the necessary steps to avoid such adverse consequences. Let's take students for example. They are always given an assignment well ahead of its due date. Instead of beginning this assignment 1 or 2 days of receiving it, they toil their time away scrolling through social media, playing video games, or excessively hanging out with friends. What this eventually leads to is them rushing through the assignment 1 or 2 days before its deadline, creating unnecessary stress, and receiving a lower mark than they could have gotten if they only began earlier. Now, I know some of you out there may have a higher tolerance level to negative impacts on your daily life, but let's just go beyond the simple thought of receiving a low mark. You not beginning a task as soon as you can leads to poor work habits. Poor work habits then leads to poor performance, and your poor performance may eventually lead you to getting a lower salary in any future job that you may apply for. By reflecting on these negative consequences a bit more, hopefully you only have to think once about wasting your time. There is a caveat to this though. Don't think so negatively where it fully discourages you from beginning a task and you preclude more into procrastination, but instead let that small amount of fear sit on your mind so that it can motivate and kickstart you into taking action. The second tip is to develop a plan for whatever you set out to do. All too often, many of us view our tasks as this enormous mountain which seems impossible to get over. However, if you take your main task and break it up into smaller pieces, you actually trick your mind into thinking those smaller pieces are easier to accomplish than the task as a whole. Do yourself a favor. As you complete each task, cross them off, as this is psychologically empowering and will give you encouragement to continue. By the time you know it, you'll have crossed off all those smaller tasks and completed your goal. The journey of 1,000 steps does begin with a single one. Third, many say that you should eat the frog. What this means is that you begin your day with your most difficult tasks. I'm definitely not a morning person, so I actually do the opposite. Also, after I complete a major task, I'm too drained to do anything else after. As I begin my mornings with my easiest tasks, it requires me less time and focus to be able to complete them. As the day progresses and I complete my easier task, building towards the more difficult one, it makes me feel like I'm progressing. This leaves me the most difficult task towards the end of the day or later in the evening where it's quiet and my energy levels are at its highest. I also have more time and focus to be able to eat the frog then. One tip to definitely motivate you out of procrastination is to get inspiration from others. This can be in the form of reading a book, watching a YouTube video, or talking to people directly who are in the same predicament as you are now. By gaining valuable knowledge and experience, you'll be able to adjust them so that it can apply to your particular problem. Not only that, you'll feel a bit less alone knowing that other people have gone through the same experience. And hopefully, you'll be a bit jealous at what they have achieved so that you can take action, but in a good way. Get someone to hold you accountable. Many of us need external factors to get us going. Don't worry, I'm one of those people too. By telling someone what you're going to do and having them hold you accountable, you add an extra layer of pressure to yourself so that you see the task all the way through. There's nothing worse than telling someone you're going to do something and then you don't do it. It only makes you look like a douche. One of the most important tips is to think positively. I know I said to think negatively before, but that was to kickstart you into taking action. What will keep you throughout the entire task until you reach your goal is to remain positive. Think about all the benefits you'll have if you complete a task efficiently and without wasting time. You'll improve your work habits, you'll have better time management skills, you won't have to worry about the task later and stress out about it, and you'll have more free time to do whatever you like. It's important to envision these rewards and write them down if you have to. All of us are driven by extrinsic rewards, and there's nothing wrong with that. We can never predict the future, and whatever we plan never goes according to schedule. It is better to do something sooner than later. Early bird gets the worm. And my final tip may be one that surprises you, and that is to just start. Now I know that beginning anything is the most difficult part of any process, but you need to find a way to force yourself mentally and physically to start. You'll be amazed at how much you can achieve once you begin a task, as most of us don't like to leave any task unfinished. If you start and then you have to stop, start again. Hopefully with the second attempt, you'll get further into the process. If you have to stop for the second time, then start again for the third time. Every time you repeat the process, you'll work more effectively, efficiently, and eventually you'll reach your final destination. I can't stress this anymore, but you need to start. And that concludes my video for today, guys. I hope you found those tips useful, and please take action by trying one of them out and letting me know how it works out for you by leaving a comment below. Until next time, get off this video, stop procrastinating, and make something happen. Take care.